This exercise is called the band fire hydrant. It's kind of a funny name. It's named after a dog lifting his leg up, but it gets the glute max. So the glute max is one of the biggest muscles in the body. It does hip extension and external rotation, or rotation out to the side. So we're gonna get that with some resistance on hands and knees. So if I come straight extension, that's okay, but that doesn't get all the glute max. If I go straight abduction, that's also not all glute max either. So with the band on the knees, I'm gonna just kneel right on it. That's just a little hot tip. It helps pin the band in place so the band isn't rolling around and pulling your leg hair or getting caught in the fabric. So I'm just gonna kneel right on it, and then I'm gonna go out and back at a 45-degree angle, because that's hip extension. As I lift my leg, that's external rotation. And then I come back down. And then I pulse out and back through there. What I want to think though is, if I'm a table here on all fours, I'm just sliding out one of my supports. I'm not tilting the table. So imagine that I'm a table and I got some drinks, some food here balanced on my back, and if I tilt it, that's all going to slide away. I just want to sneak that support out and back. And as I do that, I consciously squeeze my butt, get a big squeeze of the glute max here, right where your back pocket is. And then we'll switch sides, same deal, just keeping the low back as flat and still as you can, just getting this. A couple things that people do wrong is they'll try and substitute their quad or their hamstring, and they'll get a little knee extension. So they'll get their knee acting in it. And so even if they're in the right plane of motion, you're using them in some of the knee muscles, not the hip. So just keep the knee at a soft 90-degree angle and go through the hip. Okay, and just experiment. You know, it's not dangerous to go straight out to the side or straight back, but you should feel at about a 45-degree angle a slightly different muscle engage than when you go straight to the side and straight back. Okay, so you can feel free to experiment and see which vector angle feels best for you, but for most people, when we combine those motions with a medium to heavy band, we'll get a pretty good burn at the glutes at about 10 to 20 reps.